And he was like, no, it doesn't. And I was like, okay, you literally don't know what you're talking about.
Why don't we laugh about it?
We should have.
Welcome back to Let's Laugh About It. First, we're going to laugh about how Jackie's car is dead.
Yeah. It wasn't funny this morning, but it's fine now. Because it's not that big of a deal.
Actually, it's so nice. You should tell the podcast about how you're able to take advantage of your warranty.
Yeah, it turns out I have a warranty on like literally everything, even my battery, which never happens. And it's nice because I feel like with my old car, I had a good warranty too, but the minute my warranty was up is when I needed like everything.
That's literally what Sam and Al just dealt with. Their warranty came up, and then like literally the next week, their car's like shit the bed.
Yeah, that's what happened with my old car. So it's been nice.
Yeah. It was a rough morning, but then it was like such a nice surprise that the warranty covers that.
Yeah, it's still annoying because now that's what I'm going to have to spend my whole day tomorrow doing. And tomorrow is like the worst day to have that happening. But luckily we don't have our stuff going on till later. What time's our first event? 4?
Well, okay, so life update. We are in San Diego now. It's Wednesday. We usually record on Mondays, but you guys will be listening to this on Thursday. Tomorrow. But we have the agency girlies in town.
Wait, this is our most like in real time podcast ever.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this will be fun because Jackie and I are recording, and then we are going to record with the agency girls and see what they have to say about everything going on.
Nothing important, probably.
They're sitting on the couch and they're not laughing.
Yeah, like not acknowledging what we're saying.
They won't be able to hear you. They're like trying to be quiet so that they don't disturb us, but then we're like poking them.
Yeah, poking the bear.
But it's actually inevitable agencies. We should do that content. When we first were trying to figure out what to call the agency, I love the word inevitable, but I was so scared to use that because it's kind of hard to spell. You have to like think. Most people have to like think about it to spell it. And then it's also hard to say. And I was scared.
Me and Molly were just having this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should make content of like we should have like a little postcard and be like, what does this say? And like have them try to say it.
We should.
So we're going to it's Inevitable Agency's first event, like co-sponsored, and it's exciting. I also want to make actually I shouldn't spill the beans too much because some of this content won't go out until after this podcast. And I don't want you motherfuckers taking my ideas.
You know who we're looking at.
You know who you are.
I'm just kidding. I literally had nobody in mind when I said that.
All of our thieving-ass podcast listeners.
Yeah. Okay, what were we talking about? Yeah, so my car wasn't working this morning. It wouldn't start. But the other thing that was weird about it is Brian was like, by the way, I did notice when I looked under your hood, there's some rat poop in here. And I was like, okay, now you're freaking me out. Did like a rat chew through all my wires? Because that happens. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like that's not what happened. But like, what?
I don't know if people like actually do this, but you know how like when it's cold and there's like cats will like in the winter curl up on your engine and stuff, and you're supposed to like hit your hood to make sure there's no like animals in there.
Oh.
Yeah. Because there'll be like cats like chilling on the engine because it's warm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Or bunnies or stuff like that.
Yeah, but it seems like, I was saying that it just is unfortunate that tomorrow is, like it had to happen the day before we have so much stuff going on. And then I asked, what time is our first event tomorrow? 4.
Yeah, so it's actually Retail Fest. I'm not going to the event because I have so much to get done before the new email rules go out, which we could talk about. So I'm just going to like the after stuff, but Retail Fest is here in San Diego. I'm going to a dinner tonight with Tatari. I think that's how you say it. And then tomorrow we're all going to have the event from 6 to 8.
So you're right. It's 6 to 8, and the second thing is 7 to 10:30.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Because I think I'll probably be at the dealership all day tomorrow.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. But that's okay. We'll just see. I won't know till I get there, I guess. But, yeah.
So we have the girls in, and one of our reps Client success manager.
What did I say?
I call everyone just the agency girlies. I'm like, they all do a good job. So she's actually new as of the last couple months. But what's cool about her, and I won't spill the beans on this either too much because I'm sure we're going to record a podcast with her. But she was my manager at GNC, my first, like the GNC that I loved working at. And she taught me everything I knew about not only like supplements, but also processes and just like working efficiently in a retail store. And so it's super freaking cool to work with her.
Yeah.
So you'll probably see her on the podcast if she wants to come on, but she hasn't met the other agency girlies. So it's going to be fun to have everyone together.
Excited. I'm excited to like meet Brittany in person.
Oh wait, you haven't met her either. No one's met her.
No, we're going to hit the town running. Paint the town red.
You know, my grandma met her, but you guys haven't.
Yeah. Grandma's like.
Wait, this is actually cute. Okay, so did I announce this already? I don't think I've announced this, but I'm moving eventually back to Arizona. And I say back to because I had this little spurt where Arizona was my home base because I was nomadic for a bit and I parked my car at my grandma's and in between my travels, I'd be at my grandma's. So I feel like I lived there kind of, but I was bouncing around. So the new job headquarters is in Scottsdale, Arizona. So eventually I'll be moving back there. And I told Grandma that I'm trying to see if Jackie might enjoy living there. And I was like, yeah, we're going to get an Airbnb and I'll bring Jackie. And so Jackie can you've never been to Arizona, right?
No.
So Jackie can see like what Arizona's like to see even if she likes it at all. And my grandma was like, hours go by and then she randomly brings it up. She's like,
she like thinks about it for a second.
Yeah. She's like, what? Do you mention you were getting an Airbnb? Is that like you don't want to stay here? And I was like, no, Grandma, I would love being here. But she was saying Jackie's always welcome.
Well, so we're going to go for a weekend and then we're going to have a pit stop of playing cards with Grandma.
Yeah. She said, wait, does Jackie play cards? And I was like, I'm sure she'd love
savvy,
it.
But like I'm a quick learner.
And Grandma loves to teach cards.
So we're set.
Speaking of grandmas and cards, actually one of the things that
I have no idea what you're going to say.
So the new company I'm working at, it's called Audien Hearing, and we sell over-the-counter hearing aids. And one of my projects that I want to do is do a community building thing. And I need to do a lot of research on just like the audience of who it's an older audience. And one of the ideas we had was like creating this community and then inviting them to do like Zoom bingo.
Oh,
like once a month. Yeah.
That would be cute.
I low-key want the community to like figure out or be like so big and grandma and grandpa's like meet their like next boyfriend or girlfriend in there.
No, yeah, you should like create like a dating app for
speed dating.
Yeah.
Speed dating by Audien Hearing.
Honestly, you could. They need love too.
It's like, do you have loss of hearing? We have a whole community of others who also have loss of hearing.
Yeah, and it's not just old people.
It's not. You do have to be over 18. Otherwise, you
you
have to be over 18. Otherwise, you do need to see like a ear, what's it called?
Makes sense. Wait, you don't even need I know it's over the counter, but you don't even need to have seen a doctor?
No, that's what's cool about it because the FDA guidelines came out for over-the-counter hearing aids, so you just have to follow the FDA guidelines.
See, I find that interesting because so like with contacts, you can order them over the counter. Like you don't need to order them from a optometrist, but when you order them over the counter, like from 1-800-CONTACTS, for example, which is like basically Audien for contacts, you do have to give proof of a prescription.
Yeah, no, you don't need one. Which is why it's cool because traditionally it's been so freaking expensive for people to get hearing aids, like thousands of dollars. With insurance, yeah. And this is a good option for people who either don't want, and then it's sad because it's hard because it's a product that actually requires a lot of like learning and using for a while to get used to them. So even with that's the same thing with ones you get prescribed or you have an audiologist like form to your ear and stuff, they still give problems because everyone's ears are different, and then your ears are like constantly changing, and it's a good challenge for me because one of my biggest focuses is actually like educating the customer and setting expectations of like, these are normal things that you'll experience. It's not going to be perfect day one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like this sad thing about how hearing aids used to be. It's like you spend hundreds or thousands of dollars and like they might not even work well for your ear. It's frustrating, where this is like definitely a much cheaper option to be able to like figure out what works for you. And like so it's cool. It's helping a lot of people.
Hell yeah, it is.
Hell yeah. One day I think I want to wait a little bit longer to like, because right now I'm in my like audit phase of learning like pain points and everything. But one day I want to talk about on the podcast like what things what kind of changes I was able to make to improve like the customer journey. It's definitely a challenge because of those pain points. And it's just frustrating. And like we joke around because we get a lot of phone calls. Like that's how, like that's the audience wants to talk to someone, but they're hard of hearing. So it's like, it's so hard because they can't fucking hear. They're trying to get support, but like, so that's what I'm like, the big thing I'm working on is like email flows, getting people to actually look at their emails, they have to do a whole like hearing journey for it to actually like work well. Yeah. So I'll talk more about it once I get some more success and things, but it's a fun challenge.
Hell yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. You love a challenge.
I love a challenge. I love challenges because I feel like I can fix anything.
You should go on MTV's The Challenge.
Which one is that?
The one where they challenge each other.
Is that like the
they
circle?
Compete in challenges.
Is that what it's called? The challenge?
Yeah. No, it's like people who are on the real world and then they go on the challenge. I honestly fucked with the challenge heavy.
Really?
Yeah.
You should go on it.
I'm not good at challenges. I'm really good at mental challenges.
Do you want to give an example?
Yeah, my life.
You are really strong mentally.
Yeah.
And physically.
Thanks. Not so much physically. But
I drop.
Yeah, I could beat any of these bitches in a mental challenge, I bet. Probably.
You're a little bit scary.
You'd think? You think?
No.
I was going to say, no, I don't think so.
That's
what I'm missing, actually.
Oh,
I have this, like, nobody's, like, scared of me.
I'm trying to think of like someone who's scared of you.
Nobody's, like, not going to do something mean to me because they're, like, scared of me. Think about it. Because then a lot of the things that have been done to me probably wouldn't have been done.
Poor Jackie. We need to create a Patreon episode to, like, talk about Jackie's life.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to show you this. Okay.
Fear factor.
Ew.
That's what I was thinking
They eat like bugs and shit.
Yeah. Look. You have to be like mentally so strong. Like, that's crazy.
Crazy.
I could do it though.
Okay. I hope you didn't look at this too much because I really wanted to just explain it to you.
I didn't.
Okay.
Actually.
So there's this kid, and right now cold plunges are like the thing, whatever. Everyone's sitting in ice water. I haven't gotten behind it because Jackie knows I fucking hate being cold.
And what will you do?
I'll make it everyone's problem.
Yeah, you will.
So to me, it's like legitimate torture. I understand it has health benefits and stuff. And
what are the health benefits?
I don't want to speak to it, but I do feel, it's I don't know, immune system stuff, but also there's like a mental aspect to it of just like doing hard things and like training your body to go through that stuff. I don't want to speak to it because I'm not an expert, but health benefits.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, this kid, let's see, this was posted the day after Christmas. He posted this video and we'll edit it in, but he was doing an ice bath made in a like Tupper, or what do you call this?
Wait, I'm seeing a bunch of people do this on TikTok.
Oh, are they?
I mean, they're usually ones that fit their body.
So, okay, he goes, hold on, I'm going to play it so I remember what he says.
This is day 1 of doing an ice bath every day until I reach 10,000 followers. I need a bigger tub.
Okay, so he started
Aw,
it until
so
he's 10,000
cute.
followers. Yeah, and he's
like a child.
adorable. He put follower count 166 out of 10,000.
He's even listing it in his caption.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
God.
he posted this, and then like a couple days go by. He's in a legit bin, like a storage bin.
Yeah.
He put water and ice cubes in a storage bin and put himself in it, and said he's gonna do a nice bath every day. So one of his videos just like popped off. Day 4. So he got to day 4, and his day 4 video right now has 21 million views.
Aw.
And he's still it's 638K likes.
It's because he's so cute.
He's adorable.
That's definitely like half of it.
Okay, so
But
obviously,
it's also funny because, by the way, I mean, I'll put this up, but like, he's not even doing an ice bath. Like, he's only his like legs and butter.
he's like doing a bath. He's like going in a bathtub.
like his body's not submerged in that water.
Well, so the ice bath companies saw it and are
Oh.
commenting, or like people are tagging these ice bath companies and saying like, you got to get this guy, whatever. So
No, he
by
clearly needs a real one.
by day 11, he has a Culture, and actually, so Culture sent him this, and this is actually Aaron Spivak. Sorry if I'm saying it, Spivak.
Yeah.
Hush. I believe Culture is like his brother's company.
Wait, yeah, because I follow him on Instagram and I see him posting something about ice baths all the time.
Yeah, so cool. Then you keep watching. So that was day 11. He has a Culture. Day 13, he has a Cryo. So this
my
kid's
God.
fucking banking ice baths. 15, he has an Allura ice bath.
Damn.
The funniest part to me is he has links in his bio, right, to the ice baths, and he puts original ice bath $1, ice bath $2, ice bath. So he's like, do you want an affordable ice bath? Do you want the original one? Is a link to Amazon, and it's a bin.
Aw.
And I was like, that's fucking funny. That
is
he
funny.
like actually, he was like, oh, well, this is my original one. It's a bin. And he has that linked on his Instagram, like buy this bin to use as an ice
That's
ice
funny. I
bath.
kind of love this kid. I also think that I have a brilliant idea.
Okay.
I'm going to post every single day until I find $1 million. And then somebody will give me it.
Yeah, you
and
should.
then I'll make posts about how they gave me $1 million.
Okay, what are you gonna like? What's the video gonna be?
Just be looking around
Oh,
town for $1 million.
so like you'll go to the park and be like, day 1 of looking for $1 million,
Yeah, I mean, it's working for all these other.
or like
Mother
I'm
effers.
posting a video every single day until I find $1 million. Here's day 1, and then you'll put the camera down and like walk around the park
And it's
looking.
just me walking around looking.
That's
and then finally
genius.
one day a millionaire is going to be like, here's $1 million, promote my personal brand.
Yep.
Or
Maybe.
day one of trying to find somebody to pay off all my law school student loans.
I think you might be like teetering on the fine line of like sugar daddies, but
If it must be a sugar daddy, it must be.
I guess it doesn't have to be a sugar daddy. It could just be like not the daddy, the man or woman who paid off your bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we could get creative with it. But I think it's so cool that this kid, now all of his videos have like millions of likes. And he
Yeah.
just wanted 10,000 followers. And now oh, wait, let's give an update. He has 175K now. And he just wanted
I wonder how
10,000.
much he had when he started. Oh, no, you said it, like 175 or whatever.
He had 166 followers.
Wild.
And now it's 30 days later and he has 175K.
Wild.
But it's genius for these brands to be sending him the ice baths, because I wonder if they're paying him. Oh, like here's another one, the ice pod. Like this kid has like 10 ice baths now in 30 days.
Insane.
And he's probably getting more. I also love like the savagery of just him. Like his videos don't say like thanks
Yeah.
culture for sending me an
Yeah.
ice bath. He just like goes on with like
It's just
okay,
like, here's the bath
day
for
5
today. Yeah. No,
so
it's
I
brilliant.
loved that.
It's brilliant.
I loved it. And then the other news is Jackie. I actually have no idea what the fuck Jackie's talking about, which is not a surprise.
For Kyte Baby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so am I telling the story?
Tell the story.
Okay, so there's this like baby brand, and I think they're only like online. I don't think, maybe they're in like boutiques and stuff, but mainly like a D2C e-commerce thing.
I hate the way you say DTC,
D2C.
but there's a really popular e-commerce podcast that says it like you, and so I try to give you a little bit.
Well, I mean,
DTC.
it's literally DTC.
Yeah, I say like D2C.
D2C. Okay. D2C e-commerce brand, Kyte Baby. It's like KYTE baby.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this woman that worked for them. I don't know like in what capacity, but like was a full-time employee. And she was adopting a child and like already knew she was adopting the child before the child was born. So like was there for the pregnancy. And the child ended up being born at like something crazy. All these facts aren't going to be completely right, but like 20 or 25 weeks, something wild. The baby was like really premature. And she requested not even, once again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is all correct. Not even PTO time, just requested that she work remotely, like while the baby's in the NICU and stuff so that she can work from the hospital and whatnot. And
wait, is this, you're not talking about, she's not requesting it from Kyte Baby, right? She's requesting it from like whatever job she.
Kyte Baby, that's her job.
Oh, that's okay. So she, okay.
Yeah.
I'm following.
Yeah. So she requested to just work remotely, like not even have days off. And it was denied. And then she was like fired because I think she said like, I have to work remotely or like I need it.
Yeah, she's not going to just like leave her
and
freaking
she got
baby.
fired, which is wild. Yeah. And then the CEO or whatever came out with this like, you know, crazy bad apology. And I'm pretty sure she was like offered her job back, but she was like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Which amazing for her. Now she's going to get offered a job from like, I'm sure freaking Uppa Baby is like calling her to offer her a job.
Why do you know all these baby brands?
I don't know actually. I don't know. I mean, I've had a lot of cousins. I've been to like a few baby showers, so you see the names on the registries. But yeah, she got fired for that, which is wild. And also like there's just so much irony with it because it's a baby brand.
Yeah, that's why I was having trouble like understanding that she worked for that brand.
Well, that's why it's like, I think that's why it's like such big news because it's literally a baby brand. But the other thing that's crazy is why the fuck doesn't a woman who's adopting a baby have maternity leave? She didn't have maternity leave.
Wait, was I distracted at this? She was adopting a baby? She was adopting a baby in the NIC. Sorry.
No. So she was adopting a baby. You know how like sometimes when people will find out who's adopting their baby the minute they're pregnant because like they'll get pregnant.
Yeah.
So this woman knew she was adopting this baby. The person carrying the baby
I see.
had birth at like gave birth at like 25 weeks, 20 weeks. And so the woman was like, "Can I work remotely?"
Yeah. Wait, that's so
they
true
denied
though.
it and fired her.
There should be.
It should have been like, "You're just on maternity leave now. Your baby's been born."
Yeah. What's the
Because you're
difference?
still raising. I guess the whole thing is it's like, oh well, you're not going through the recovery of having a baby.
But you still want to have that
still
like
have a newborn baby.
bonding moments and like.
And you still have all the work of a newborn baby.
Yeah.
Wild. So it's also bringing in the whole conversation of like respect
so
for
true.
adopted mothers.
Yeah.
Which is a
what
combo
about?
that should
Do you
be
think that you know how what's the other thing called when you help
paternity leave?
No, when you foster children?
Oh yeah.
Like even if maybe let's say you like foster a kid who's 10 years old, do you think you should get maternity leave for like that first 3 months of that new 10-year-old?
Good question. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so she denied her request to work remotely while her newborn was in the hospital in the NICU, and she was fired after not returning from her allotted 2-week maternity leave. So she got 2 weeks of maternity leave
and then fired
for having an adopted child, and then got fired when she didn't return to work.
Wow. What was her job? Did it say?
Wild. No.
Have you seen the Cloudflare viral video of the girl getting fired?
Yes.
Okay, so that's so interesting. We could play that video too. So this girl her coworkers were getting 15-minute calls on their calendar, which, if you get a call on your calendar and it's like really late notice, and then like HR gets added to it right before it, it's not a good call. Yeah. And this call was put on her calendar with HR and then someone she's never met. And she was fairly new to the brand or to the company. And so she had known, I think it said she had like 30 minutes before she knew she was going to have this call. So she kind of was able to prepare, like, what am I going to say? I know I'm going to get let go, but what should I say? And I don't know her, but I was so proud of her because she carried herself so well with like asking. I was so impressed when I was watching. Yeah. And I'm such an emotional person, and I've talked about this before. I put so much self-worth in my work, and if that was me, I would be crying instantly because I like can't hold myself together when it's like.
And you can like see sometimes she like kind of starts to, but she like takes it right back in.
At the end, she gets emotional, but like I don't know how she like if it was me, like within the first like 30 seconds, I would be trying to be so strong and ask those questions that she's asking, but I would just break down. It's so hard in those situations.
It is so hard. Yeah, no, it's a crazy video too because she's getting like fired and they're claiming it's performance.
Yeah, they're claiming that's insane.
Yeah, that's the wild thing about it. And then she's like, I need to know why I wasn't put on a performance improvement plan. Every time I meet with my managers, they tell me I'm doing amazing. And also one of her really good points is like she was a new hire like only like 5 months, and I guess like their hire on process is 3 months, so there was like 3 months of training,
so 1 month of holiday basically.
So maybe it was only 4 months because she was saying that her only like month of actual work by herself was during like 2 huge holidays. And so she was like, I need to like know why, and they like were like, we don't have that information and we're not gonna have that information. Wild.
And she was informed that, didn't she say like her metrics were the best out of everyone's?
Yeah, and she made an amazing point, or like she just like got them so good because it was so obvious. Like she's only been there for like 4 months, and it just was, and she's done well. So it's glaringly obvious the only reason she's being let go is because they obviously overhired and can't afford it. And she called them out. She said, "It's clear you guys just overhired, can't afford it, and now you're just letting us all go."
Also, I don't know the stipulations of like why companies make those decisions, whether it's like they don't want to give people severance or what. Oh yeah, because if people are let go on performance, but then you can't fucking lie about it.
But that's why you have to give people pips. Like I've managed people where like they've been on like 4 separate pips and still aren't even let go. Like, I don't know. You just like, you really have to give people at least 1 pip.
This is actually a good topic. I won't say where, but I had 2 really interesting fires that I had to do. I fucking hate firing people, but there was one that I had to fire her. She kept like showing up late, and it was where the store had to be open or else we didn't, like, customers couldn't purchase things, right? So it's like you have to show. That's obviously things come up and like you're late sometimes, whatever, but this was a habitual, always late. The store never opened on time, so I had to put her on like everything in writing and whatever. And then it ended up she tried to sue against like discrimination.
I remember that.
And I was like, and I was asked to like come to court and stuff, and then I didn't end up doing like having to go to court, but I was obviously it's like why it's so important to put things in writing, because it obviously wasn't a discrimination thing. It was just and I had like video proof of her like not coming into work on time and like just, I don't know. So there was like, it was so obvious, but if it wasn't in writing and if there wasn't cameras, like it could have been, she could have won that argument.
That's why it is so important to put everything into writing, and to put anytime, like I remember when I've had people before that like we knew we maybe were going to let go if they didn't improve. We would even always make sure, it's always important to make note of like any time that they might have expressed concern, because you know that when you let somebody go, they're probably going to be like, well, I expressed this concern. So it's important to like also like make note of that. So you could be like, yeah, we made note of it. But then also like with that be like, and this is what we did to try and resolve that for you. And like, it still was a problem. So, because people can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also if you are mistreated or something in the workplace, you should make it the workplace's fucking problem.
Because everyone should have a safe place to work.
Yeah.
I had to fire someone because he was habitually drinking at work, and I had a hunch. But one day I got to work, and there was and I was getting complaints from customers that
I was gonna say, it's so funny because if you have a hunch that somebody might be drunk at work, like they're drunk at work, like I've never like been like, I think that person might be drunk, and then like they not be drunk.
It was one of those things where you kind of like. You clock in and then the other person leaves, or you clock in, you like relieve someone. So you only have that little like overlap and you're not like with them.
Yeah.
But I was getting complaints from customers like, hey, so-and-so just like reeks of alcohol all the time when he's working. And I'm like, oh, damn, really? Like, what the fuck? And then it's also one of those things like you need proof. You can't just like take people's word.
Yeah.
But one day I got to work and there was a water bottle of vodka. Well, actually, okay, first of all, it was just a water bottle, right? So if I didn't know this information, I would have been like just thrown away.
Yeah.
But I saw the water bottle sitting there and I was like, let me just see what this smells like.
Yeah.
And I unscrewed it, smelled it, and it was like just straight vodka. The crazy thing is, so I had to let him go. And a lot of things were in writing. It was actually like things outside of just the drinking, although drinking like is not acceptable in the workplace where I was anyways.
No, it's such a liability. Holy shit.
Yeah. It was like a shift where I was getting off and he was getting on, but I like knew that I had to let him go. So I covered his shift by someone else and whatever. And when I said like, okay, we have to let you go because of this and that. And he was like, I've never drank at the workplace. And then I was like, oh, well, like, what's this? And he goes, that's water. He takes it from my hand and he chugs it.
And you already knew it was vodka.
Yes. And
he was wasted when he left.
The girl who was like relieving him was there at the same time because she was going to work his shift, like saw it and she was just like, oh my God. It was the most bizarre experience that I had like in a workplace as far as like, I don't know. I'm sure there's crazier things out there, but I could not believe.
No, that's wild.
Like, how do you just say, no, it's not, it's water, and chug it?
Well, because he was probably in fight or flight. Like, he was like, fuck.
Yeah. And he like took it with such a straight face. I was like, impressive, but I know that's alcohol.
But honestly, impressive.
Hella impressive. Yeah. But I hope he got, did you see that?
Was that a thumbs up?
It was over my head. I hope he got the help he needed, because obviously if you're like,
obviously needed some help.
Yeah. But
that's wild.
I did want to talk about the Snoop Dogg shit going on.
Doggy dog.
First of all, so what happened with Snoop Dogg, basically he did a campaign that's like a smokeless campaign with, what was it called? Solo Stove, and it didn't go as well as they wanted to, and then the CEO.
What was it about it that they didn't go well?
Well, okay, so Snoop Dogg obviously is related with smoking, and this was smokeless. So there could be arguments where it's like it's actually like against his normal audience. I think it was a good idea, but
yeah, I think so too. Because I got people talking about it because he just came out one day and announced, I'm done with smoke, which everybody at first theorized that he was coming out with like a weed gummy brand.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think it was necessarily a bad idea, but it just probably didn't perform the way they wanted to, and then blah, blah. But with Snoop Dogg has done a bunch of different marketing campaigns for whatever, but my favorite one he did was with Call of Duty. And to this day, Call of Duty, he has his own skin, so you can switch your character to be Snoop Dogg. And the comms, like when you're like in battle and stuff, he's like it's in his voice.
Yeah.
So it's really funny because like he's saying like I'm trying to think of an example of like, he's on your right, and it's like in Snoop Dogg's are like,
Yeah.
they're coming, or like over there, and it's in Snoop Dogg's voice, and I like love it. And so to this day, like my Warzone operator is Snoop Dogg, and I thought that was genius, and I'm pretty sure I paid for it. Like I paid whatever $10 to make like get nice. So that seems kind of not in the realm of Snoop Dogg, but it's not like anti-weed or anti-smoke.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like random rather than, so I don't know. That's like a big topic on LinkedIn, and people are like talking about, I feel like I can't speak too much about the CEO thing because it's like speculation. Like, did he get fired? Right. He got fired or stepped down. Did he step down or did he get fired?
Well, whatever it is, he probably was, if he stepped down, he was probably forced to. And
yeah, and so like, was it this campaign, or is it just like bad timing of they're using this campaign to, I don't know, but
yeah,
it's in the news.
It's in the news, but I do find it interesting because there was a lot of people talking about it, but then all of a sudden on LinkedIn I see people being like, it didn't perform well, and I'm like, I mean,
it created a fuck ton of brand awareness though, because people didn't know about this brand before. A ton of people who didn't know this brand know the brand now.
But did you really think like Snoop Dogg talking about solo stoves, which is like niche kind of, was gonna like actually like generate actual purchases? Like, I don't really think that would have made a lot of sense. I think if you wanted to like generate like people actually wanted to use solo stove, you would probably get more purchases with like having it be sponsored in a YouTube video of somebody who does backpacking vlogs and gets 600,000 views a YouTube video. Like,
I mean, that's the big thing about risky campaigns. It's like you never know how they're actually gonna if they're gonna backfire. One campaign that kind of just like this reminds me of that backfired is Aldi did this campaign where they were basically trying to get kids. They were trying to speak to the parents of, or like parents of are upset that their kids are like playing video games all day, and they did this like anti-video games campaign, and we're trying to get like people to, I don't know, it was like somebody's good idea, but like if you ask a wide audience of like, do you think this would play out right or not?
Yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't have played out or maybe people wouldn't have agreed with that decision.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes marketing is scary.
No, it is scary.
Because your goal is to be seen by a lot of eyes, but you don't want to be seen by a lot of eyes in a negative way.
Yeah, or like a lot of eyes of people who like would never in a million years buy that product.
Yeah.
Like,
or maybe they were trying to reach a different audience.
Yeah.
Maybe every single backpacker, what'd you say the niche is?
Like the backpack.
Yeah, maybe every single one of them has
post,
one of those.
Vlogs of them like backpacking, and they'll get like a crap ton of views.
But yeah, maybe they wanted Snoop's audience.
Expand their audience, yeah.
Who knows? Something to laugh about, right?
Something to laugh about.
Something to laugh about.
You got anything else on your roster?
Nope, just housekeeping.
Okay. Let's clean up this house.
Wherever.
Oh, so be excited because the next, maybe just one or maybe next couple of episodes, we'll have some special guests. And
hopefully we could live stream it.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch and interact live, follow the Twitch. The Twitch is actually Agave Zoe because I have an emotional attachment to that name and I can't give it up. So
we're not going to give it up.
I thought about it, but just can't.
We even had like a funeral.
We did have a funeral. She came back to life.
She's Jesus.
She is Jesus.
Some would say.
So if you want to interact with us, most of the times we do Mondays at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Sometimes it changes based on life, but then we also go live like randomly, which we'll post on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll always warn a few minutes before. So if you follow
Twitter, LLAI is the socials all over the place. And then wherever you're listening to this, if you could rate, comment, subscribe, all those things really, really help the channel and the podcast. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, should we do another gift card thing?
Oh yeah.
We haven't done it in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
So there's a couple different places you could be listening to this. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube are the big 3. Apple and Spotify, if you do a review or a rating, if you screenshot it and post it to your story and tag us, or tweet it wherever you want to post it, we'll give like the next like 5 people who do that a coffee gift card, whether it's like Starbucks or whatever your local coffee is.
Whichever one you prefer.
Or YouTube, just comment on this video and show us that you subscribe to it, and we could do the same thing.
Yeah.
I love our YouTube fam. I'm kind of partial to our YouTube.
I kind of am too. Because it's like, why wouldn't you be?
Yeah. So we'll catch you next week. Hope you guys have a great Thursday. Oh, wait, one more thing. The newsletter is back.
Oh, yeah, like actually back.
Actually back. It was really hard for me to keep up with, but now I got the inevitable girlies helping out and Jackie helping out. So it's going to be
Why do you say and Jackie? I am an inevitable girly.
Sorry. You're like inevitable, but like also let's laugh about it. So you're in your own like...
Yeah, that's true.
Where the inevitable girlies aren't... Well, actually...
They're not Let's Laugh
starting like tomorrow, they will be Let's Laugh About It girlies.
True.
So, okay, the agency girlies are helping with the newsletter, and they fucking killed it. The last newsletter was so good.
So good.
So yeah, really proud of them. And if you want to get like CX and digital experience news, you can subscribe to the newsletter. And also, if there's any events going on, they'll always be posted in the newsletter. And I would love to see more people at the events. It's actually my favorite thing about this like D2C community is connecting with people in real life. So I love the events, and we're going to have one tonight, or we'll have one tomorrow. Actually, tonight. Yeah. Tonight, Thursday, if you're listening to this, the day it's posted.
And cross your fingers that I didn't go to the dealership and find out that I actually owe like $2,000 to fix my car.
No, you didn't.
No, there's like no way, but that always is how it happens. So like
so
a part of me is still a little like worried. So cross your fingers.
Okay, love you guys.
All right, bye guys.